pancreatic cancer, and all of their money was really going into making her healthy. So they had no extra spending money, and they didn't even really have a place to stay. So my church, which was a really large church, who had a ton of funding, bought them this sweet little house, and we went out, we bought them furniture. It was Christmas time. We bought them a Christmas tree. We bought the little boy an Xbox, a ton of little presents. And we went in there, and we pretty much just set up the whole house, and it was really sweet. And so after that, I really got involved in everything the little family was doing. I tried to keep up with them. And I later found out that the mother had died of a drug overdose, and the boy's father was in jail for drugs. Well, a few years after that, the father got out of jail, and the son was taken away from the stable home of his grandmother and given back to the father, who they eventually were moving around in public housing. The son had a lot of trouble with bullying because he had to go to so many different schools because they were moving so much, and eventually the church just completely lost track of them. And it really broke my heart. So I was wondering, what in the world can I do to prevent this and to help with public policy? So how I got into government. My research question was, what impacts the way people vote? So something that really, really surprised me was that 38% of all people in America identify as independents. So that's shocking, considering everything in the media makes it look like it's a total war between Democrats and Republicans. Everyone has this say, and it's always Democrat or Republican with nothing else. So it shocked me that 38% of all people in America, which is almost half, identify as independent. I found 5 major things that impact the way people vote. One is race, although that is a highly declining impact now, which I think is great. Another is geographic location. So people in cities tend to be much more liberal than people say. Out here in Houston, we have a lot of conservatives. Another thing is wealth. Wealth beats out all. If you have money, you're highly likely to vote conservatively. Family is a big one. If you're really good on good terms with your family, then you're likely to vote the same way they do, because you grow up learning about everything that they say. You hear it for the most part of your life. But there's something that really interests me that I read about. If you hate your parents, which happens, you are actually likely to vote in the opposite way as them. Not always because it's actually how you want to vote, but sometimes it's because you're rebelling against your parents. I thought was so. I did my internship with Delegate Chris Peace, who is a delegate of Hanover. I did it over the summer, every Thursday for 6 hours, which is a lot, but I definitely had a lot of fun. I went over there and I got to learn everything about grassroots politics, everything we went out and did. His campaign manager, her name was Julie Cogsdale. She was a really great woman. She woke up every morning, read 4 newspapers, which was shocking to me. I didn't even know Hanover had 4 newspapers. She went out and she would mark different things. If someone had a 50th wedding anniversary, we would send them a letter. If something great happened, like I don't know, any of their anniversaries really, we'd send them letters. We really did a lot. We replied to constituents. It was definitely an influential experience for me. Especially one thing I really loved about it was on the 4th of July, we went out and we put American flags on everyone's mailbox. So, happy 4th of July, I love Chris Peace. So I had a lot of fun there, but there were also boring times. And if you're there for 6 hours every Thursday, all summer, it's gonna get a little bit boring. One thing we did was he had a Christmas list of over 5,000 people, and we had to go through and make sure everyone was still alive, they were still married to their spouse, if they hadn't moved, and if they were dead, we had to find out if they were actually dead because the site we were using didn't tell us. If they had moved, who kept the house, who was married still, if they had got remarried, if we had to readdress the letters. It took us hours. Very boring, but eventually we got through it all. For my community service, I did it with Dave Bratt, who is our 7th District Congressman. That was definitely way more fun. I did it with him during the campaigning season, so it was always people coming in and out. We did a lot of phone calls. You would be totally surprised how rude people can be over the phone. But besides that, it definitely kept everything interesting. I did this really from into November during the election season, anytime I could get out there, it wasn't that much of a struggle finding time because they were always out there. Sometimes they'd be there till 11 o'clock at night, campaigning, doing everything they could do because it's the national level election, and it really fascinated me. This picture is of me, Dave Pratt, our current Vice President Mike Pence, and his wife. This is a funny story. As most of you know, there was a vice presidential debate over in Longwood, and his flight actually arrived early, which doesn't happen often. And he called up Dave Pratt and said, let's get together a few people, have a little get together. And so he came out, he brought pizza. They invited about 30 people, and I was one of the lucky interns who got to meet him. And I just loved it. It was really important to me because I got to meet such an influential person in politics, and it really meant a lot to me. So I also did a lot of work with the Young Republicans Club, which I'm the vice president of, so come join. This was definitely really fun to me because I got to meet a bunch of other young people who really agreed with my views and followed my values, and we did a ton. We were out there all day on November 8th with polls, talking to people, getting to really know them, making sure they really knew who they were voting for and everything they knew. We also set up a gubernatorial debate. As some of you know, the elections for Virginia's next governor is coming up, so we actually have a debate here at the school on the 22nd at 1 o'clock, which we completely set up, and that was really fun because it was a great networking experience. We had to go out, we had to talk to all the candidates, make sure they were willing to come in, talk to people at the school, make sure we were allowed to use the auditorium. It was really, really fun. So for my legacy, I haven't done it yet, but it's a work in progress. I'm hoping to get either Dave Bratt or our delegate Lee Ware to come out and talk to our AP government students because our generation of young people are the people who never vote, and I think it's really sad because we're taking our great democracy for granted. So I was hoping one of them could come out and just talk to everyone, make sure they know the importance of voting, and really just the importance of getting involved in politics. So what I learned about myself, I learned a lot about what I agree with and what I don't agree with, and really my political standings through doing this. I talked to a ton of different people. Some are really radical, some weren't radical at all, and it really helped me develop as a person and as a citizen of the United States. What I would do differently, I would probably work on the national level a lot more. It was definitely more fun there, way more hectic, and coming from a family of 8, I'm not surprised that I liked it more. So I'll be attending James Madison University in the fall, and I'm going to major in international business. My advice for future Blue Ridge students, try and do your internship over the summer. I did it, and it really helped me. I was talking to some of my fellow students, and they were talking about how they had just finished getting their hours in over spring break, and they were so happy that they finished it. And I did not have that trouble. I had all my hours in back in November, and it really helped me to try and manage my time better. Any questions?
Are you inspired to run for office?
Actually, yeah. I really enjoyed it, and it's definitely a lot of late hours. I mean, I was talking to the campaign manager of Dave Bratt, and they had a couch there, and I was like, why in the world do you have a run couch? She was like, well, we sleep here sometimes, just to get all the work in. And I was like, that's crazy, but like I said, I come from a family of 8, and I absolutely adored it.
So now I'm going to hit you with a former government teacher kind of question.
Oh, no.
And that is, sorry, but, kind of looking at, this year, this is not a new trend, but certainly in the last few years, we've seen, just this huge polarization essentially forced compromise. How do we get there? I mean, what kind of advice would you give? And as a Congressman Bratton has been, part of the Freedom Caucus. It's like it's this way, or we're not playing. How do we move closer back to that original intent of what the Constitution?
Well, I think it really goes back to who we vote in and who we agree with, because it's all about who's in office. So if we vote in people who we know are going to try and work with other people who have an open mind to new ideas, then I think we're definitely going to get a new pattern started. Because there are some people who are in Congress who have been there longer than I've been alive. I know longer than probably double that time. And so there are no term limits. There's nothing to really set in place. So they have this idea and they keep getting reelected and they know exactly what they want and they're not willing to change that. So. Any other questions?
Are you a fan of any political TV shows?
Not really. I don't have a lot of time on my hands because I work and then I have this internship and then I have all AP classes. So I don't watch TV much, but on top of that, I think the media can be really, really biased. So if you watch one and you're just a fan of that one, you're going to get a totally different view than if you go to watch another one. So.
What I was thinking of things like The West Wing or House of Cards, things where they're portraying government. So my follow-up question was going to be, from your experience in having exposure to real politicians, what were the similarities and what did they totally get wrong? But I totally understand if you want to have your time to watch it.